Good evening. So first of all, I'll bring the experience back to when I was on the board 2016 to 2020. And there are some things that I was really proud of at that time. Since then, I've been doing exactly what you have just done. I've been teaching school leaders how to actually listen to their school community. That means listening to every staff member in the building, listening to their families, listening to the students. And so I knew exactly what it took to put this together, and I commend you for your leadership as students in making this happen, because I know exactly what you've done. So I've been listening for 6 years, been listening and training leaders how to listen to each other. When I was a teacher, it was so rare for me to go into a meeting with my peers and also have not just teachers, but also those who were in the front office, or those who fed the students, or those who kept the building clean. It did not feel like one community. So I've been spending my time teaching school leaders how to truly bring their communities together. I would love to bring that mentality to the whole district. Thank you.
Can we have Kristy Moore?
Hey guys, first of all, thank you for coming out tonight. Students, you guys are phenomenal. You had us sweating at the table, so thank you for doing that and asking us the hard questions, as you should. And we need some of the adults to ask them hard questions. And so you are our role models tonight, so thank you for being here and thank you for doing that. So I am a DPS parent. I taught here in DPS at Glen Elementary School. I taught preschool and first grade. I have been an education advocate for over 15 years on the local, state, and national level. So I have a vast majority of experience on the state and local and national level of how it all intertwines together. But the one thing that brings me back is myself being excited, kindergarten, going in there, remember what it smells like, and my teacher, and y'all laughing because I can remember, I know it's fun. But what was great about that is my teachers cared about me, and I felt it. I was raised by my grandparents, so they didn't know exactly how to make sure that I had the right things in school. At age 9, I had to go live in a children's home because my grandfather got ill and my grandmother couldn't take care of us, so I stayed there for about 6 months. Of course, I had no parent, right? I had people that watched us. And then I was adopted out at age 10 into a home, into a brand new home, people I didn't know, but luckily I was able to adapt. But what was the main thing that kept me going was public education and our teachers that cared about us. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm running. Of course, all the other stuff, yes, I want to make sure we have budget transparency so your parents know where the money's going, to make sure you have the resources in your class so you don't have to lose a teacher that you really, really love. Like my kindergarten teacher, I loved her, and it would have broken my heart if I lost her midway, because she was like stability for me, right? And then, of course, making sure we engage our parents so your parents can tell us what they need from us. That's very important to me as a school board member, and engaging you as students and our staff. We have to make sure we're engaging our staff at all the times, because if we don't know what our staff needs are for you to make sure you have the education you need, then we can't do what's right, and we can't make sure that we have everything, because you would not go to a doctor and have surgery if they didn't have the right tools. So why are we asking our teachers to do that without the right tools? And so we need somebody that's going to be in the district, that's going to ask the tough questions. As I told one table, I inspect what I expect. So if I expect something to happen in this district, I'm going to ask the tough questions, and that's what you deserve. You deserve somebody who's going to sit there, look you in your face, and say, yes, I hear you, and I'm going to ask those tough questions for you. Why do we not have buses out? Our kids are not getting to school. Some of you see kids that not get to school for a week, and that's not okay. I'm a single mother, so I have to figure out how to get my child to school when that bus doesn't come. So while the bus is not there, why are we losing money? But $10 million just disappeared, but it doesn't happen. So we need to have somebody in there that's gonna ask those tough questions. So I never forgot what it was like to be in the classroom and have to buy supplies for my students, have to buy clothes for my students because they didn't have what they needed. I didn't forget that. I didn't forget what it's like to be a child who needs public education to make sure that I got what I needed. So because I got the public education I needed, I was able to go to college not once, but twice. And I was told I would never go to college. But because I had teachers that believed in me, I was able to do that. So that's why I'm running for School Board District 4. Thank you.
So it's been a great night,
And I want to say that let's celebrate you all, because I don't know of any other place in North Carolina that we have young people that's doing this. And if they are doing it, I don't think they're doing it as well as you're doing it. So give yourselves a hand. Never let this fall through. I've been following Kids Vote for a long time, right? And I think it's important and it's essential, because you all need to understand your civic duty before you leave high school, because that's the thing. Right now, this is probably the most important election for you being citizens of Durham. Now, I'm Jerome Leathers. I'm running for school board is because I'm a server. I've served Durham for 28 years in different capacities. As a teacher, well, actually as a substitute teacher, as a teacher, as a coach, as an assistant principal, as a principal. So I know what that walk is as a student. I know what that walk is as a teacher. I taught for 12 years. I know what that walk is as an assistant principal, being middle management to the guy that's calling the shots, and you don't quite really get with it, but you have to get with it. I get that. But I also know what that walk is being a principal. And so now it's my time to figure out what this walk is being a board member. I'm okay with that, because we're going back to service. And anytime you all feel as though we're not being serviced well, then it's time for people to step up. Some of the things that I'm going to focus on, and that I've been focusing on in my campaign, is transparency. That's something that's not going to be a change for me, because that's something that I've always honored as a principal and as a teacher. Being transparent, but being respectful, right? Now, have I garnered a lot of friends because of my transparency? No. But I know that in making decisions, you have to get all the information that you can. So you can't be afraid to go out and figure out where your community is with what things that you're trying to implement. And then you take that information in and you make that tough decision. I'm not afraid of making tough decisions. I think right now, we need some support in Durham Public Schools with someone that's gonna make a tough decision. Someone that's gonna ask that question. Not sit back and be political about it, but be smart about it and ask that question, because that question is called growth. You guys understand me? And so this is what I want to bring to the table as being elected for school board. Now, there are some things that I do love about Durham. We celebrate the negative too much. It's time to start celebrating the good things that you all are doing. Not just here at DSA, all over the place. Southern, Hillside, Jordan, Northern, our middle schools. You guys are fantastic. And so as a board member, how can we bring that out more? I know that we have the Spark magazine right now. Maybe we should get our own weekly newspaper. I don't know. But I think the thing is, we need to put you out there more, and we need to celebrate you more, because you are the ones that are going to take the baton from us later, and you're going to move Durham forward, or you're going to move someplace where you end up forward. And I want you to say that your roots are here in Durham, and I want you to feel proud about that. And I want to be a part of that. So please, if you can't elect me, ask your parents to elect me. School board, seat 4. Jerome Leathers. Early voting starts when?
Tomorrow.
Thank you all. Thank you. Beautiful night. Beautiful.